One date, October 17th, 2023. A World Cup qualifier. Brazil national football team versus Uruguay national football team. It was supposed to be routine, just another step toward qualification. Until the moment Neymar Jr. went down. Not stumbling, not limping. Down, clutching his left knee, face pressed into the turf at Estadio Centenario. Tears visible as he was carried off. The cameras stayed on him longer than anyone was comfortable watching, because everyone already knew. The ACL, the meniscus, both. And he has not worn Brazil's yellow shirt since that night. Nearly 2.5 years later, the 2026 FIFA World Cup arrives. And the questions surrounding every Brazilian squad announcement, every training session, every press conference is brutally simple. Is Neymar coming? And if he does, is he still Neymar? Born on February 5th, 1992 in Mogi das Cruzes, Neymar Jr. grew up with very little except football. His father, a former player, saw it early. The talent wasn't normal, it was instinctive. Quick feet, fluid movement, and a natural flair that made the extraordinary look routine. At Santos FC, he rose fast, winning the Copa Libertadores in 2011 and back-to-back South American Footballer of the Year awards in 2011 and 2012, all before moving to Europe. In 2013, FC Barcelona signed him. There, alongside Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez, he became part of the legendary MSN trio, one of the most lethal attacking forces in football history. The peak came in 2014-15, La Liga, Copa del Rey, and the UEFA Champions League, the treble. Then in 2017, he changed everything. His move to Paris Saint-Germain for 222 million euros made him the most expensive player in football history. A transfer so massive it redefined the market overnight, in a decision that put him under a level of pressure few players have ever faced. But this is not just a story about transfer fees and trophies. Beneath the goals and global fame, there was always something else. Injuries. Always another scan, another setback, another timeline. From 2018 onward, they came in waves. Ankle problems, hamstring tears, foot fractures. Even during Paris Saint-Germain's run to the 2020 Champions League final, Neymar Jr. was brilliant, but never fully free from his body breaking down. Still, he became one of the club's top scorers and won multiple League One titles. For Brazil national football team, he carried more than form. He carried legacy, the weight of Pelé. In September 2023, he surpassed it. 2 goals against Bolivia took him to 79 international goals, Brazil's all-time record. Then came the move to Al Hilal, a fresh start. 23 days later, it ended. In Montevideo, his knee gave way. ACL meniscus. Done. He played just 7 matches for Al Hilal. Nearly 2.5 years later, the question isn't just recovery, it's whether he can ever truly return. He returned to Santos in January 2025, his boyhood club, the place where it all began. The Urbano Caldera Stadium erupted the night he walked back onto that pitch. Grown men wept in the stands. It was not just a footballer coming home. It was hope arriving. To some extent, the enormous goodwill paid off. He scored 11 goals and provided 5 assists in the 2025 season, playing a key role in Santos's dramatic escape from the Brazilian League relegation zone. Moments of the old magic, the shimmy, the left foot that could bend physics. Brief but undeniable flickers of the player the world had watched for 15 years. But the body continued to argue with the ambition. He missed 18 matches while dealing with a persistent hamstring problem, and the inconsistency cast a long shadow over every conversation about his international future. In March 2026, with the World Cup weeks away, Brazil head coach Carlo Ancelotti made his position unmistakably clear. Neymar was not included in the squad for the final set of friendlies before the tournament, with Ancelotti citing fitness concerns as the primary reason for the omission. This was not a minor snub. The call-up represented the final squad announcement before the Italian manager names the definitive 26-player roster for the 2026 World Cup. Reports from Brazil claim the lead-up to this decision created a rift between Neymar and Ancelotti. Neymar went public, filmed on a treatment table, speaking directly to the camera. Obviously, I'm upset and sad not to have been selected, he said. But the focus remains the same. Day after day, training session after training session. The dream lives on. Reports from CNN Brazil suggest that Neymar is practically ruled out of Ancelotti's plans, with his chances described as sitting at zero. And yet, he refuses to accept it. The veteran forward has reportedly devised a meticulous plan to protect his surgically repaired knee, personalized training sessions, a strict limit on match appearances, and the avoidance of long-distance travel, all with one singular goal: convincing Ancelotti before the May 18th roster deadline. Neymar has confirmed publicly that this will be his last World Cup. He has made 13 appearances across the tournament's history, scoring 8 goals with 3 assists. In 2014, on home soil, he was extraordinary, directly contributing to 5 goals across 5 matches before a fractured vertebra ended his tournament in the quarterfinals. In Qatar in 2022, playing through an ankle injury, he scored in the quarterfinal against Croatia to equal Pele's then record. Brazil still lost on penalties. The dream deferred once again. Brazil enter the 2026 World Cup drawn in Group C alongside Morocco, Scotland, and Haiti. Their first match is scheduled for June 13th against Morocco. They arrive in North America with generational attacking talent: Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Endrick, young, explosive, and hungry. Brazil do not need Neymar to be competitive. The squad is deep enough, electric enough, to go deep in this tournament without him. But football is not only about necessity, it is about meaning. Ancelotti has remained characteristically measured, saying only, "I see everything, I hear everything, then I will have to make a decision." That decision, which arrives on May 18th, will define how this chapter ends. Either Neymar walks into a World Cup stadium one final time, in the yellow and green he has worn 128 times, and writes the ending he has always deserved. Or he watches from home, as a 34-year-old man who gave everything this game demands and simply ran out of time. Every great story needs its final chapter. Every magician deserves one last act. The stage is set in North America. The roster closes on May 18th. And somewhere in Santos, a man with a surgically repaired knee and 79 international goals is doing everything he physically can to be there. Whether the football gods grant him that grace, that is the question that will haunt this World Cup before a single ball is kicked.